Among all the global economies, India has emerged as a dynamic force, swiftly securing its place as the world's fastest-growing major economy. Over the past decade, it has outpaced economic giants like Canada, Brazil, Italy, Russia, France, and the UK, ascending from the 11th to the 5th position worldwide. This meteoric rise is not merely a statistical triumph, it signals a profound transformation, a journey towards a destiny where India is poised to eclipse even economic powerhouses like Germany and Japan in the coming years. We all know about Prime Minister Narendra Modi's vision of steering India's economy to $5 trillion by 2022 to 25. However, the catalyst for India's economic acceleration can be traced back to the comprehensive economic reforms initiated in 1991. These reforms marked a turning point, propelling India into an era of heightened economic growth. However, it is imperative to acknowledge that India's growth trajectory, while impressive, has lagged behind that of China. The key differentiator lies in the timing of economic reforms. China embarked on this path in 1978, a significant 13 years ahead of India. World Bank statistics reveal a fascinating historical context. Prior to 1991, China's per capita GDP, measured in terms of purchasing power parity, was lower than India's. However, in 1992, China's growth rate surpassed India's, leading to a persistent divergence in their economic trajectories. While China championed an intensive industrialization model, leveraging the wave of open globalization in the 1990s and 2000s, that era has evolved. The Barclays report suggests that India needs an annual economic growth rate of 8% and increased investment in traditional sectors like mining, utilities, transport, and storage to surpass China as the world's largest contributor to the global GDP. The emphasis on these sectors, as opposed to newer industries like telecommunications and the digital sector, aims to boost employment, household income, and overall economic growth. The report cites IMF data stating that China's contribution to global GDP is estimated at about 26%, while India is at 16%, with 8% growth potentially bringing India closer to China's contribution by 2028. Goldman Sachs, a stalwart in economic foresight, posits that India may not surpass China in the immediate future, projecting a timeline that extends to 2075. Intriguingly, history echoes with a reminder that in 1700, India boasted the world's largest economy, surpassing even China. However, the subsequent colonial period witnessed a decline in India's global economic share. Fast forward to 1993, following a financial crisis, India's global economic contribution dwindled to a mere 1%. Yet, the phoenix-like resurgence transpired, and India's current standing at 3.6% of global GDP mirrors the scenario in which China found itself in 2000. India's influence is not confined to economic metrics alone. Its stock market claims the fourth position globally, trailing only behind the United States, China, and Japan. India's global exports have surged impressively, experiencing a remarkable 73% growth over the past decade. Notably, India distinguishes itself from Asian economies like China, Singapore, Vietnam, Malaysia, and Thailand by maintaining a predominantly domestic demand-driven economy. As we ponder over per capita income, India's $9,000 in 2023 resonates against the historical backdrop of the US in 1960, $10,000 in China in $2,300. Yet, China's growth narrative, propelled by exports and investments, confronts a sustainability challenge. The vulnerability lies in the export-oriented model, akin to a nation named Toyland, focusing solely on the production of toys for other countries. Such a strategy becomes precarious during economic downturns or shifts in the consumer preferences, akin to placing all eggs in one basket. Herein lies the essence of India's growth story: a robust and resilient domestic demand-driven economy. Consumer decisions, constituting around 68% of the US GDP in 2023, serve as a stabilizing force, preventing recession. India's consumer market, holding significant long-term potential, is anticipated to undergo a transformative phase over the next 2 decades. With income levels poised to triple. The dynamism extends to India's financial sector evolution, where private sector banks and non-banking financial companies, NBFCs, play an increasingly pivotal role alongside dominant public sector banks. The transport infrastructure has undergone a renaissance, witnessing a 25% increase in the road network's length over the last decade, adding 10,000 kilometers of highways annually. Despite these strides, the investment share of GDP has dwindled, reflecting a broader confidence issue in the Indian economic management paradigm. Yet, amid challenges, India stands at the forefront of digital innovation. The Unified Payments Interface (UPI) has become a global beacon, processing over $1 trillion in transactions in 2022, equivalent to a third of India's GDP. This digital prowess extends to inspiring global counterparts like Brazil's PIX, contributing to approximately 30% of electronic payments in the country. The digital transformation is a testament to India's pace of change, outpacing mature and emerging economies alike. However, the journey is far from its zenith, with significant room for further growth perched at a score of 32 on a scale of 100. The benefits of digital infrastructure extend beyond economic realms, contributing to inclusive and sustainable growth. India's GDP expansion by 78% over the past decade is underscored by the dominance of the service sector, commanding 48% of the economic landscape. This makes India the world's seventh largest exporter of services, with a 4.5% contribution to the global total. However, the conundrum lies in the IT services industry, a significant contributor to export revenues, but employing only around 5 million people out of a working-age population exceeding 900 million. The aspiration to become a global manufacturing hub is evident in India's dreams, yet the share of manufacturing in total output has plateaued at around 17 to 18% over the past decade. Protectionist measures and a reluctance to engage in regional trade agreements present obstacles to India's integration into global value and supply chains. Yet the economic landscape is dotted with ambitious giants like Adani, Reliance Industries, Tata, JSW collectively investing over $250 billion in infrastructure and emerging industries over the next 5 to 8 years. These investments, while fostering economic growth, raise pertinent questions about corporate power, monopolies, and potential cronyism. As conglomerates like Adani, Reliance Industries, Tata and JSW invest over $250 billion in infrastructure in emerging industries, the specter of excessive corporate power and potential cronyism raises concerns. However, the current ratio of these firms' profits to national GDP stands at 0.7%, mitigating immediate apprehensions. India's economic journey from 11th to 5th in the global economic hierarchy is a testament to India's resilience, adaptability, and commitment to progress. While comparisons with China abound, India's unique path, rooted in domestic demand and bolstered by digital innovation, sets it apart. The key lies not only in economic expansion but in elevating the standard of living, ensuring inclusive growth, and fostering a skilled and agile workforce while also prioritizing education and skill development. If you found this video informative and engaging, don't forget to show your support. Like, share it with others, subscribe for more fascinating content, and hit the bell icon to stay updated with our latest insights.